Talk with me, Ariel Allure. We will be going over RuPaul's Drag Race Season 18, Episode 1. So what qualifies me to even have a drag talk review show? Well, I've watched every season of RuPaul's Drag Race since its inception in 2009, in real time except for 5 through 6, so about 90% of the seasons. RuPaul is my idol. Some people like Diana Ross, some people like Cher, some people are into Beyonce. Mine is RuPaul Andre Charles. With that being said, drag is an art form that I have grown up with ever since I was a little girl, and I continue to learn a lot more about this art form, and this is the only thing that I can honestly say within my life has been something that I've grown up with, that I've learned more and more the older that I get and being within the different spaces. So with that being said, let's go over some house rules. This is my platform. These are all my opinions. I mean no hate, no disrespect to anybody. We are only going according to the edited footage that was put on MTV and that's out here in the world. Again, don't send any hate. Don't send me any hate. We can have a conversation if you want to, respectfully in the comments. But we ain't got time for all that extra rah-rah nonsense, all right, let's get into it. This video will go into the following order: opening, challenge details, mini challenge, runway, lip sync, and untucked if I feel like touching on it. So with all that, you ready? Buckle up. I know I am probably going to be in the minority when it comes to this, and this could possibly be a hot take. However, I did not care for the opening. Let me explain why. I understand the concept of the season. In dark times, these queens are supposed to be the light and a little bit of happiness to brighten up our days. Drag queens have already and always done that for me, so that is a no-brainer. That's not a new concept, right? Okay. But there was something about this opening and the production that looked kind of cheap to me, like the budget wasn't budgeting. I always love seeing Raja and Bob and Kimchi. That's not a problem. Also, great, amazing cast. That should actually be first and foremost. Amazing cast. This is not their fault. I truly believe that production did them a disservice with this opening. Having them enter the workroom with that spotlight, although it sounds great in theory, unfortunately, something about it is off, and I don't know what would honestly have made it right. I just know when I visually see it, but it sometimes cut off some of these contestants and their entrance looks, and I feel like you couldn't get the full oomph of what they were presenting for their entrance look, if that makes sense. Also, just pretty much having the whole opening be in this dark room with a spotlight, I wasn't really into it. It wasn't my favorite. Again, this is my opinion, possibly a hot take, also could be a minority. It just wasn't me. With that being said, again, no fault to the queens. Let's get into these entrance looks. First up, we have Athena Dion. Athena Dion's face, her mug is absolutely gorgeous. I loved her face. Now, the outfit was very much, Greek goddess, what she represents, but her and the Dions, that whole family lineage, they are known for a mug. As you will see later on, we've seen with another contestant, they're known for mugs. Next to come into the workroom was Kenya Pleaser. Love the name. Also, love their voice. If they don't ever want to do drag at any point in time, please go into voice acting, audiobooks, announcements, trailers, things of that nature. Use your voice, honestly. Love the personality. Also, I've seen, the Entertainment Weekly interviews, both of them when they were a group as well as the individuals. Kenya is one of those people, just has a really good spirit, really good heart on them. Definitely a big personality. You could just feel that energy even through the screen. I'm talking about somebody from TV. I haven't seen them in person at all as of yet. You could feel their energy. Nene Coco, I did not like that headpiece. The dress part was cute, but that headpiece, I did not care for it. Something about that rainbow. Now, am I a seamstress? No. I'm just going according to what I think is aesthetically pleasing to my eye. So everything else was cool. The face was great. Something about that headpiece I wasn't rocking with. Jane Don't came in a very vintage, old lady kind of camp look. Very much was what her drag representation, her drag description, that's what she looked like. She is also from Seattle, with her siblings being Irene and Bosco. And dry humor, which she showed through the episode, that I actually appreciated. I've grown to appreciate comedy queens, especially from this show, over the years. You got to look out for Jane Don't. Discord Adams loved the look. I love animal print, red. It all worked out. You definitely understood that she was chaos. She looked like chaos. However, how you instantly have beef with Nene? Like, you came in just because, oh yeah, I don't like rainbows. Alright, cool. She's like the rainbow girly. You're like the punk rock goth. Okay, ooh, whatever. I'm fashion. Got you. But straight out the gate? And then we see what happens later on in the episode. It actually develops. So, you and her good? Like, what's good, Discord? You and Nene cool? Just want to know. Next up is Mia Star. I'm rooting for Mia Star. I have met Mia. There's a little joke that I have, parasocial relationship. I have no idea if Mia actually remembers me, honestly. She probably don't. This could be completely one-sided. However, that is a queen that I'm rooting for. I have seen them in person. Love them down. So excited that they're on the show. Did not know that they were so accomplished as they are. And I love it. I love it. Yes, I'm Team Mia Star. I'm very much Team Mia Star. But I will be fair, okay? I assure you that I shall be fair. But I am Team Mia Star. And she looked great. I completely forgot to get into the outfit. Looked amazing. The bust was busting. I very much appreciated that. That's one of the reasons why I love her. She represents for the busty girls. I'm excited. I'm very excited to see this queen's journey. Congratulations! Didi Fuego, the only New York queen, which is actually hilarious. Usually New York does take over. I'm originally from Brooklyn. So having only one New York queen is fascinating. She had a cute outfit. Interested to see what she brings. Don't have too many thoughts, honestly. The opening, I love the part where Jane Don't, and the edit that they did, where she's like, oh, I love that there's so many older queens. And then next thing you know, Juicy Love Dion walks in. Juicy Love Dion, another one who had a mean mug. That family, they do mugs right. Apparently has a very big reputation, known as a dancing diva. I've never heard about her until now, so I am curious to learn more about this queen. She, so far, as we will go on, kind of had a rocky start, but I'm rooting for her too. I'm rooting for her. And she got family, so I feel like she has a little bit of a cushion, honestly. I don't know. I'm fascinated as to how that's going to go between her and Athena and that relationship, because technically they're family, but they're also competing. So it's not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna send you a message. No, your competitor is also your family. How that work out? Next to come into the workroom was Vita. Let's get this right. Vita Von T Star. This is why I don't like the beginning and that spotlight. I wanted to see the fullness of her outfit, and you didn't, because the top of the spotlight hit part of her hair, and this is partly why I didn't like it, honestly. This queen, from what I could see for the rest of the outfit, it was a strong outfit. She has a strong presence, very strong resume. I love that all these queens are seasoned. Like, I like that they are coming in with resumes and like 10 years plus in the game. I'm already loving it. Blair Blush, Gorgeous mug, absolutely gorgeous mug, and for me looks very different out of drag. It's like they look very different, but then they don't. Like, I can see the basis of how they get to where they get to in drag, but outside of drag, it's like, are you sure? Are we sure that's the same person? However, with that being said, she's also a troublemaker. That is going to be the troublemaker. Her and Athena getting all into it. Yeah, I'm seated. I keep saying fascinated, but I am seated. Mandy Mango is a cutie pie nurse. That's the first thoughts that I have of her from her entrance. I love the career that she has, and she's taking care of her community in such a way. But yeah, that's what she gave me, was just cutie, patootie. I wanted to pinch her cheeks. Sierra Miss, loved the vibe. This is another kind of queen that I have grown to have an appreciation for and find the beauty in over the years. This has got kooky, ooky, spooky, but also she gives a slight bit of comic book from all the interviews and pre-press that she has done thus far. So I'm fascinated by Miss Sierra Miss. Also has a really dope point of view of just society and how she operates within the world. I like her. I like that vibe. I like what she's giving off. As the entrance look, it wasn't my favorite entrance look, but I also appreciate it, and it also told me who she was. Darlene Mitchell, our only, I believe, Los Angeles queen. This is funny. The two usually major cities, New York and Los Angeles, they have the least contestants this season, and it's more of a Florida season. Hilarious. She's kooky, little campy, but also a cutie pie. Solid opening. Mikey Meeks is the last one to round out our cast this season, and she also had a very cutie pie aura to her and her vibe. Loved that purple. The purple was so rich and gorgeous. Just delicious looking. So yeah, cutie pie vibes. So now we get into their mini challenge, which is usually for the premiere episode a photo shoot. So they go into the other room, and it's RuPaul and Jamal Sims. Respectfully, and I really want to know this, if somebody knows what was the point of Jamal Sims? Is there some footage that we didn't see? Or was he just like purely eye candy for the contestants? Which, if that's the case, fine by me. But what was the point? Usually it's like the photographer that's there, or somebody doing direction, or whatever the case. I just didn't. What did he have to do with the theme? Like, was he coaching the dancers? I'm not trying to be mean. I just have questions. Moments was, of course, Alicia. Who's Alicia? I don't know who Alicia Edwards is, but that wouldn't be a bad drag name for one of Alyssa Edwards' daughters, or if you have another drag queen that you want to birth, that wouldn't be a bad name. Also, the winner of the mini challenge, Kenya Pleaser, and her casting out the demons of all the pit crew boys. Yes, that's how you win a challenge. You make Ru laugh. The challenge is to go into the vault, gather materials. A lot of them may be unconventional, scraps from past challenges, past queens, past seasons, and then come up with a new design that's within their drag style. Moments from the workroom that stood out to me was Athena Dion saying that she was not going to be the queen that doesn't know how to sew, and caught a package of 25 classes prior to her coming to the show. That would be something that I would do. I do feel bad that Kenya Pleaser had difficulty in making her garment, because she's already so lovable and she's already shown that. The edit already did show that. It was sad seeing her, like, the first thing that she tried to do, once she tried to spray paint it, it came apart, and we didn't know what was going to happen with her in this outfit. On to the runway. So, Mother looked absolutely hot with all them belts. Yes. I do believe that there was another queen that possibly had that look on prior, and Mother drew inspiration, because the all-belt dress looks very familiar. Maybe it's just a designer and I can't think of who it is. If y'all know, leave it down in the comment section below. Cardi B looked amazing, except for I do wish that top part, like the black top part, I wish it was like a little bit lower. If you see, there was like these stripes that they took like one of those panels down because I really wanted to see her whole makeup and glam because she did look really good. And as someone who's one of her critiques was talking about glam, show yours off more, girl. But love Cardi B on the show. Yes. And she was actually a really good judge. I'm just going to say that straight out right now. I think she was a really good judge. I think she was fair. That's the Libra. She wanted to be kind, but fair. Okay, so I actually just pulled up a picture on my phone of Cardi. And looking at this picture, I'll insert it. I actually do see her mug. It actually looks really good here, the height of it. But I guess when she sits down, it kind of blocked her a little bit. But this outfit is so cute. Like, she looks so good. She's so pretty. Oh. Okay, let's go through the runways. I decided to do this a little bit differently. I ended up finding on Instagram, I'll tag them, Drag Looks actually uploaded the runway looks. So I have a better and closer look at what was presented. So I'm going to review it again while filming and give you my honest opinions on this. It's going to be a different order than how they came down, but they're all here. This is just the order that the account uploaded in, starting off with who I personally believe should have been the winner this week, Vita Von Teese Star. This outfit is absolutely gorgeous. Most of it is from umbrellas, accessorized beautifully, face on point. However, doesn't she know it's bad luck to open up the umbrella inside and put it over your head? I know it's part of a look. Some people may call me superstitious, but that is bad luck. So, the things that ended up following afterwards, OMG. It's just me, in my opinion. I am slightly superstitious sometimes. I do believe in that one in particular. Not everything, but that one I do believe in. But other than that, she looks absolutely gorgeous. She does. I absolutely love this outfit, and this, we'll get into it. Next up, and no hate to them, the winner of the challenge, Nene Coco. For bags, it is a transformation. If the challenge was to take the unconventional materials and have them transformed into something that is your style, yeah, Nene Coco did it. And yes, unfortunately, but because of a mistake, she did end up winning the lip sync. Okay, it's not unfortunate. Unfortunate is the wrong word. That's a little mean. Unfortunate is not the right word. Just the way things played out. And a fumble on Vita's part. Nene Coco ends up winning the whole entire challenge. Congratulations to her. Again, no hate. Next up, and honestly who I thought was going to be in the top 2 and lip syncing for the win, Jane Don't. This is a beautifully constructed suit with a little bit of extra on the shoulders. Love the finger waves. Apparently finger waves is a popular thing so far on this season. Very classic. I guess it goes with the 30-something-year-olds and their tastes, I guess. But yeah, I liked this outfit. Next up is Mikey Meeks. Does look like Arya Stark. It actually does. Like, especially this close-up picture right here. Yeah. A dragged up Arya Stark. I love Game of Thrones. As far as the outfit, it's cute. It's safe. It's safe. Next up is the Discord Adams. Okay. Can we talk about it? Can we get in? All right. Outfit first. The face is stunning. Love the slick back. Love the way she painted. Cool, right? The outfit itself, love the plumes. Love the shape, cinched, all that. You have a little bit of a chain detail. But it is on the safe side. Right? I am not saying this to be mean. I am actually saying this out of curiosity. As of filming this right now, I don't go on social media and I don't do the X and all of that and, have the whole back and forth over there, right? I wonder how Discord feels after seeing RuPaul's comment about, honestly and truthfully, after everything she said, she's like, oh, you can't convince me that I was just safe. And then, her and Nene, she doesn't think that Nene should have been top or anything like that. I wonder how she feels now seeing it back and all the playbacks and everything this early on. So I just looked at her Instagram real quick, Discord, and it seems like possibly she's taking it as a joke. If she is, that's great. Good for her. Okay, if she's taking it as a joke, all in stride, and she's in good spirits, we Gucci. All right. Next up is Mia Starr. I'm not going to lie. I told y'all I would be fair. Even though this is someone I'm rooting for, I was worried. I was a little worried for Miss Mia. However, it is a safe, presentable garment. She's good. I'm happy. Move on to next week. Don't get me wrong. The mug and the hair is gorgeous. It's inspired by, Invasion of Privacy, Cardi paying homage, but it is a safe look, especially for the design challenge. This is one of those challenges, I swear, if I was ever on the show myself, this is one of those I'll be scared of. This one is Snatch Game. It's the two challenges. Yeah. Athena's look is cute. Again, the mug is gorgeous, but it's also very cutesy. It's very girly. It's very demure. But I do get what Briar was saying about the green and the pink. They do go together, but then she put that cover on top. I do kind of see it. However, again, for a design challenge and first week, fine. If Sierra Mist's vision was to look like a comic book character or a Saturday morning cartoon character, it has been accomplished. It's not amazing. It's not terrible, in my opinion. So again, safe placement, correct placement. But she does look like a full-blown cartoon character, villain of sorts. Oh, Mandy Mango. Okay, we're going to be honest here. I'm trying to be nice, but it is bad. It is bad. Some people are saying that they kind of went a little too hard on it. Yes and no. Let's go through this because I actually have a little bit of a different placement. Would she have ended up in the final bottom two? Yes. Honestly, I'm looking at this picture right now. To me, I was surprised that nobody said anything about her makeup because from what I saw just on my screen, she looked a little washed out and I didn't think she had any makeup on. But here it does look like she has on a little bit more. But the placement of the flowers on her face, I think, is a little too close to her eye shape and it slightly cuts it off. This is just from the picture that I'm looking at. So you couldn't see as much of her makeup. I love how I'm critiquing this like I'm actually a fashion designer. I'm not. I'm just somebody who has watched this from the very beginning. Yes, I do agree with what Cardi did. Like, I agree with Cardi's face. If you looked at when she first came down and Cardi made that face, it was like you were trying to figure out if it was bad or not. And then like the closer you looked at it, then you could see the flaws. But initially coming down, it was like, okay, it's not that bad. Next up is Darlene Mitchell. Cute. Very cute. I kind of wish it was slightly longer. Y'all like showing y'all your poom pooms and your booties on this runway, apparently. I do wish it just covered the front. I just covered your poom poom and maybe put a little bit of your booty, but it's really cute. It is. It's actually really cute. Briar Blush, another one that has a really great mug. The makeup on these contestants this season is excellent. I get the concept, the whole kitty burlesque showgirl. Again, safe. Again, another one that want to show her poom poom. Next up, Juicy Love Dion. Okay. I do agree with Cardi's assessment when she says when it stands still, it doesn't look the greatest, but when it's moving, it looks really pretty. It is one of those. I kind of wish somehow she had connected the material to her arm, and then it would have looked more like a top, because the way it just looks now, it looks like a bandeau, and then she has these two pieces of fabric, and then that's it. Again, when it moves around, it does look beautiful. Again, another queen with a beautiful mug. The Dion's definitely got that on lock. I'm glad Juicy is safe and, you know, she's not going home. However, should she have been in the bottom 3? I'm not too sure about necessarily. We gotta talk about it. Kenya Pleaser, she understood what it was. It's one of those things. She said it on the stage. Thank God she knows how to sell it. She is very infectious, but she knows that outfit was not the greatest. So the accountability was there. Should she have been bottom? Yes. But we're gonna get into something in final thoughts. Last but not least is Didi Fuego. Okay, this is my opinion. There is a world where this would have been bottom 3. I can see potentially switching out Juicy and Didi. It's not my favorite. It's very crumply. Yes, there is more of a shape, so there's more structure. Maybe that was the deciding factor, but yeah. As far as placements go, being Vita Von Test Star, Nene Coco, and Jane Don't, correct. I completely understand why Nene Coco and Vita ended up being the top 2. Nene's was very unconventional, taking that bag material. We saw what happened with La La Ree prior to it. Okay, let's see the proper version of it. Again, Vita had the umbrellas, and just the way that was sewn and accessorized and detailed, it was fabulous. As far as the bottoms, this is where it gets interesting. For me, yes, Kenya Pleaser is definitely going to end up being in the bottom, unfortunately. Now, this is just my opinion. There is a world and a timeline where you can make the argument of Juicy Love, Didi Fuego, and Mandy Manga. I believe it came down to shape, and again, what Cardi said about when Juicy just stands there and critiquing, the skirt wasn't right. It didn't have any movement. At least Didi Fuego's had a shape, so I believe that's what saved Didi from the actual bottom 3. On to everybody being shocked that Nene Coco was actually in the top, back in Untucked. I don't see why. Honestly, Nene did a pretty decent job. I watched the episode twice. I'm looking at the pictures. She did a decent job of taking an unconventional material and turning it into something dope, as well as Cardi said that she would wear it. So that does get points in the judging of this show. On to the lip sync for the win. Okay, You Got Enough by Cardi B, as it should be. Vita, why did you get on the floor? Vita, it was yours. It was yours. But why did you get on the floor? In addition to that, I also noticed this thing, and I noticed it in this lip sync as well as on Canada's Drag Race. If you watched that and you watched the last episode over there between Saltina and PM, there's this thing of one contestant interacting with the other one a little too long and not knowing when to cut off that little bit of interaction. Cause it's like you got Nene Coco and she's over there like, yeah, 2.5 seconds. She gonna look over to the side and kind of interact with Vita and, you know, talk your ish. But then she's going right back to performing for the judges. And Vita did it a little too long. And I feel like just those extra seconds of not connecting with the judges is also costing you the win. Now, have I ever lip sync? Yes, I actually did lip sync once and won the contest actually. However, I do not do it on a regular basis. So I really don't have a horse in this race. This is just my opinion. But yeah, I think those two things, her getting on the floor as well as kind of not knowing when to disconnect, I think that cost her the lip sync, more so the whole floor situation. But other than that, it was an excellent episode. On to final thoughts, because there's one thing that I'm really tired of this main franchise doing. Final thoughts. Strong cast. Love the cast. Excited to go on this journey and see what happens. As y'all know, as I said before, I was a little disappointed by the opening. No fault of the queens. Other factors. Last but not least, main franchise. Can we please stop this anxiety building? I know we want to make the stakes really big, but I am tired. Y'all know y'all are not sending nobody home on the first episode. Can we please stop? I would be more shocked and thrilled if y'all actually did do it and stood on business. I mean, Season 19, episode 1, yeah, y'all start dropping them immediately at the end of the episodes. But I don't think that's going to happen again. So, can we just find some other way, some other storyline, some new advantage, not even immunity, because I don't feel like immunity makes the stakes even high enough. Something else. But stop it with not telling them straight out the gate that they're not going home. Canada tells them straight out the gate, like, hey, you're not going home. They still fight. Actually, Canada was a pretty good season. We're coming up on the finale, but anywho, those are my final thoughts. If you watch this whole episode, that means you are a real one, and I appreciate you. Put a heart in the emoji. I'll put it somewhere on the screen which one. And let's get on this journey of drag talk. I intend on doing it every week. Hopefully, if I don't, I will combine the 2 episodes and figure out some type of format. But this is fun. I kind of miss doing this. Let me know. Let's talk in the comments. What did you think about the premiere so far? Who are you rooting for? Who do you have your eye on? What do you want to see on this season? What are you looking forward to? Give me all the details and thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and join me on this journey from the get-go. We are trying new things over here. It's Ariel's Hangout. So it won't just be drag talk. It will be cooking, beauty, some other content and talking topics. If there's anything you would like my viewpoint on or talk about, but keep it a little lighthearted. Let me know down in the comment section below and we can kind of get this thing rolling. So until next time, love, peace, flowers, stay safe, stay positive, keep hope alive, be kind. Peace.